Good morning, good morning, good morning. I know y'all are seeing a little difference today. Y'all seeing a little difference. Joseph is out of the building, but it's okay because we got our boy before the billions, Mr. William. What's going on, man?
What's up, Trey? I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Bro, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I'm glad you were able to pop in. Like I said, we got Joseph out today, but it's okay. We got a good show still, nonetheless. Y'all already know this is Talk That Tech, the number one tech morning show in the world, and we're gonna get it popped off today. We're gonna get it popped off. We got something special. So we're talking about tech layoffs, shrinking IT jobs. We're talking about Duolingo. They're going AI first. We're talking about tech firms, they're bracing for a recession. And lastly, Microsoft, you might end up going passwordless. All right. So, again, we got a good one today. But first off, bro, before the billions, we always start the show off with how was the weekend? How did everything go through the week or the weekend? Let us know, man. We got to know.
Yeah, man, everything has been lovely. I went to go see Sinners, which was a really good movie. Hope you guys got a chance to watch it in theaters. And I'm just got a new speaking engagement coming up in August and one in
Awesome.
October. So all relating to technology, helping people get into the tech industry as a data engineer. So
Awesome.
yeah, man, try to boost out that platform.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, always trying to make sure that more people learn about the industry. More people are just making a different decision. Sometimes they would if they knew. And so
Yeah.
it's good people like you that's able to come in, share about your specific space, your specific industry, and help them make a decision, man. So I love that. Love that. Man, my weekend it was also pretty solid. I actually didn't do too much. Saturday, I was just in the crib,
Mhm.
kind of resting up a little bit. Then Sunday, went to church. After church, man, I watched some games a little bit. I had to catch up. I don't normally um, watch the basketball games. What I've been doing probably, I don't know, probably the last couple years, bro, is I've been just catching the highlights. I don't know who got on
Mhm.
NBA's NBA and the NFL. I don't know who started doing their YouTube channels, but they started doing like the 10 to 15 minute cuts,
Yep.
edits, and they like I feel like I saw the whole game. So I
Mhm.
normally just run with that, but I was able to catch a couple yesterday. So that's kind of what my weekend was about, man.
Yeah, man.
That's what it was.
Yeah, I started doing the highlights too. Like when I subscribed to Shannon Sharp, and
Yeah, 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 yeah.
despite everything going on right now, I would watch this show for like the highlights
Hey,
and
man.
you know,
Yeah, and just a little commentary for sure.
yeah, exactly. A little bit of
Yeah,
commentary. That
yeah,
way I can understand
yeah,
everything going on. Yeah.
yeah, man. I don't know, man. They saying it's a shakedown going on with him, but we'll find out. I guess that's what they're saying, man.
It's a shakedown, man.
Listen, man. Just if y'all can, y'all already know. If y'all in the comments, I know Tech Coach Ralph is. Good morning, bro. Good morning. Uh, get married, man. The faster you get married, the less you got to worry about that kind of stuff. But but good morning.
Hey, good morning,
Oh,
Ralph.
so yeah, y'all. Also, it's Cinco de Mayo.
Yes,
I
sir.
don't know. Do y'all celebrate that? Do y'all do anything for that, or does it just pop up on the calendar? Let us know in the comments, man. For me, I don't know. I think sometimes if it's if I was going out to lunch or something, then we probably check out a Mexican restaurant, something like that. But I work from home now, so I mean, I'll probably just be chilling on it. To be honest, I'll probably just be chilling on it. Okay, Joseph actually made it in the building, man. Good morning, bro. Good
Salute.
morning. Good
Yeah,
to
man.
see you, bro. Good to see you.
Good morning.
Um, we know you're having a good old time. You'll tell us about that when you get back for sure next week. But we're gonna go ahead and pop on in, get on into the show. this week, like I said, we got a good one, and I'm going to pop it off. We're going to talk about Duolingo. Duolingo, they're going AI first. And here's what it means for workers, people who are learning, and the future of tech. So, first of all, if you don't know what Duolingo is, okay, it's the most popular language learning app that's out there right now. So I don't know if you've ever tried to learn a new language, or that's ever came across your radar. You definitely saw Duolingo come around, but they did just make an announcement that said, "Hey, we're going AI first, and we're going all in." And this was a company-wide memo from the CEO, Louis von Ahn, and he just laid out the vision for him. He said, "Yo, the future is artificial intelligence, and it's not just a tool. It's going to be a core driver of how Duolingo operates going forward, how they create content, and it's going to be how they grow as well." So I don't know. They're basically making it like a fundamental part of their workflow and how they're doing things going forward. So here's
Hmm.
why Duolingo said they're making this move, though. So you have he said the past success with the platform shifts. So Duolingo, they bet on mobile first way back in 2012. They was like, hey, you know what? These cell phones, people got them with them 24/7. We need to make sure our iPhone app is on there. Like no web, like we're gonna have web, but we got to make sure iPhone app is set. And they did that back in 2012, and y'all, it ended up being the number one app of the year during that year. So here's the thing: it seems like they got they hand on the pulse when it comes to what's next or what they need to do. Now, as far as what they're changing with AI, all right. So number one, the AI skills now essential that AI is using. AI used to what does it say? Oh, AI use will be considered in hiring and performance reviews. So that they added it to basically when they're hiring, just like Chipotle said they were doing a few months ago. So maybe they're using the same thing. I don't know. We have to look into that. So the teams they're going to get a new head count if they can prove that work can't be automated. So they're only going to get a new head count if they can prove that work can't be automated. So that's what's going to be crazy. So if they can automate your stuff, you're out of there. Goodbye, sayonara, arrivederci. you
Right.
gone. So also, Von On, he said, making minor tweaks to system designs for humans won't get us there. So they're like they rebuilding from scratch, and they're going all in on this AI. So I don't know. We're gonna see what it ends up doing for them. Like I said, 2012 they made the bet on mobiles, and it worked.
Hmm.
Here's what they're saying though, as far as the upsides and the risk. So for the people who's learning, you got faster content creation, which means they'll have more lessons, languages, and features, right? Obviously, we know AI is pretty good at all of those things right at the moment, and only going to get better. When it comes to employees, Duolingo, they said it's going to invest in the AI training, mentorship. How's that work? But tooling for the staff, they're going to get that done as well, because they care for their employees. That's what they're saying. And then for the contractors, the biggest impact is going to be on contract work. So that's where their main focus is. A lot of people will see their role phased out as AI takes over those routine tasks. So mm, we'll see what happens as far as is that going to bleed over into the full time work, or is it just going to be contract work? We'll see. So, anyways, y'all, what do y'all think about this? Is this going to be like the start of what other companies going to end up rolling out over time? Or is this just going to be like a one-off thing where Duolingo tries it, it maybe fails, and then they have to go back to like the way it is for the time being? Because we know this is going to definitely infiltrate, and it already is a lot of the companies. But it's just like is it all the way there yet or not? So, anyways, let us know in the comments, y'all. Let us know what you think about that before the billions. What you think about that?
Yeah, man, I got a few things. First off, about the contractor piece.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
that when I first started my career, I started off as contractor, and they say it's like a lower barrier to entry, so that way you get some experience in the tech industry. If you're looking for a tech job, I think that's a good route to start. But the thing about being a contractor is that a lot of companies that got sued, so they have to have a separation between a contractor and a full-time employee. So not only do you take the risk of getting let go very easily, because most states are at will states, so you get let go real easily, and then you also run into things like this where they're like, okay, well, we hired the contractors, you served your purpose, and then the project or product that you were working on is no longer being used or is going to be automated. So you do have to understand that you do have the benefit of getting some more experience and taking that experience to maybe getting a full-time employment or moving on to another contract. So highly suggest people get into it. The second thing I want to bring up is that they were talking about this isn't just a productivity, like bringing AI isn't just productivity, it is part of their mission now. So I think that a lot of other companies are going to be thinking the same way. They're going to be thinking, oh, okay, well, we can't get away from using AI because all of our competitors are using AI. Like if we don't utilize this, then we'll fall behind. And I don't know if you've ever used Duolingo before, but a lot of people had reviews about Duolingo. Like, okay, they're coming up with statements and questions that you probably would not use in everyday speech. Maybe the
Mm,
AI will be able to make it closer to what maybe a human would actually say. So I think that that's a few things I wanted to say about it. I think that it's a good thing that they're using AI. It's a bad thing that they're letting go so many contractors, and now all those people are being flooded into the market, along with all the other people who are getting laid off right now currently.
exactly. That we definitely gonna talk about later on. And I definitely agree with you. I've seen firsthand where like these companies, as far as for on the contractor side, they're like, 90 days probation. All right. You can't leave, you can't take a absent day. You can't do none of that. And it only got worse as more competition hit the market. So they're like, this is what we require, and yo, you can get gone at the 90-day mark. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, hey, we got you for the 90 days. You are all right, but we're gonna have to let you go. And now it's wild because now they're just saying, hey, you know what? Duolingo is saying, no, we just gonna replace you with AI, and you ain't never coming back. None of y'all coming back
yeah,
because we got the cheaper work. We can do it, work it all day, 24/7, crack the whip. So I don't know. It's gonna be I'll see how that works. I've never used Duolingo, so like you mentioned though, people who know like, hey, we would never say this in a sentence. Like you mentioned, those are the types of things that AI can take care of and really fix. Like, now it might take some training, like we got here in the comments. Let's see what we got. We got Ralph said AI engineers, prompt engineers, LLM engineers are needed. Been saying this
mhm,
for I think probably a year now, man. We've been saying this for a year. Whatever space you are in, you should definitely learn the tech, the AI that's in that space. That's how you're gonna keep your job. That's how you're gonna be able to sustain all the stuff that's going on. It's like, hey, hold on now. You need somebody to work this AI, and I can. Just letting y'all know. Instead of being on the sideline of well, complaining about AI, and then as soon as it hits your door, you saying, "Oh, woe is me," like you didn't know it was coming, and you know it's coming. Ralph said
mhm,
they will still need software engineers to put it together. That's totally true. So it could also be, Ralph, though, where you know how they or a lot of these tech companies, how they're doing is they're just keeping on maybe a few though. Like we don't need as many. You know what I mean? Like, hey, we got one or two or maybe three, like, and on the small teams, of course, not the bigger companies. And like, hey, we can take care of all of that with AI. They're already using AI. I know ours are. They were talking about it on the last week on the trip, how they're integrating AI with what they're doing to be able to get it done a lot faster. So we still know that that is happening, but also being in those spaces that work. What we got here? Oh wait, Tech Coach Rafi also said Duolingo put too much pressure on me. So you tried it. You tried it, Rafi. I have never tried it. I've definitely heard of it. I've never tried it. He said it put too much pressure on him. That's funny. Before the billions, you said you used it or you tried it before, or
Yeah, I've tried it before,
yeah.
and is that I think it's that accountability piece that makes it
Ah,
good though. Is
yeah.
That's what he's talking about. But
I
you
see.
really do need something to make you say, "Oh, you missed something today. You missed your streak."
Yeah, yeah.
Because just like a personal trainer, right? If you paying them some money to, help you work out, they're gonna be calling you. It's like, hey, why ain't
That's a
you at the
fact.
gym?
That's a fact. I ain't seen you, man. I don't see nothing
Exactly.
going on. Where
Right.
you at?
If you don't show up, I'm still making that money.
That's a
You
fact.
know. So
I'm trying to help you out.
right.
Ralph said he haven't used it in a while, but they shouldn't use AI to teach people languages on convo related to their interests and demographic. Um, uh, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's one of those things where I'm sure they will definitely be teaching it, how to talk, or maybe at this point, a lot of companies they have a lot of backlog. So if you can build out your own special AI side where it's only your company's stuff in there, and you can just dump it in and then like, hey, build some stuff based off of this, or obviously a little deeper on the prompt than that. But you get what I'm saying. I think they probably could make it work. I think they could make it work. But I mean, obviously it's gonna take some testing. We'll see. The market is gonna let you know. That's for sure. No
Yep.
matter what, they're gonna be like, hey man, something changed. I don't like it.
Hmm.
If that's the case. Um, he said vibe coding. Uh, I don't know if they know what that is. I don't know if they know what that is. I just started hearing about this at the moment, like recently. Vibe coding, which is all the other apps that we have going on, right? To be able to code and get that stuff right. But yes, that's what they're technically doing these days. So if y'all didn't have anything else in that one, that's gonna be it for that side. We're gonna run on to the Tech Wire. Y'all already know this is where we are giving you all the events, everything that's going on in the tech industry. We got it, and it's brought to you by Black Tech Global, which is your ultimate guide to upcoming tech events. And you can always go to blacktechglobal.com to get all of those dates. And we're going to start off with actually only this week, May 5th, today. Sisters in Sales, they're having a motherhood and sales sis talk, virtual only, $0 to get in. May 8th, Mixer Cloud. This is in Charlotte. It's an industry mixer, Charlotte, North Carolina, $20. May 9th, STEM Soul Show. All right. Okay. Black Women in STEM Meetup. This is in Boston, MA. And that's only $50, y'all. Only $50. Then we have May 10th. May 10th, rounding the week off. You got STEM Soul Show in Boston STEM Mixer as well. This is in Boston, MA. And this is only going to be $40. Now, what is the difference between those two? I don't know. One is a meetup, one is a mixer. One's $50, one $40. If you want to know, you got to go to Black Tech Global to get all the rest of the info. I'm telling you, it's going to be the place where you need to be all year if you're trying to hit up these events, right? If you're not before the billions and you're not on the stage, you need to be in the building in the seat, okay? And so Black Tech Global, that's where you need to be. Again, this is the Tech Wire, and this is where you can get all the upcoming events. And again, powered by our boy, all right, Black Tech Global. It's your ultimate guide to get the upcoming tech events. And we're going to keep it moving, y'all. So
Hey,
right now,
Trey.
we are, what's up?
Can
What's
I
up,
can
brother?
I add on to that real quick?
Add it in. Add it
Because
in.
I
Yeah.
because I I've been to both Mixercloud and Stem Social, both great events. I went to Mixercloud here in Atlanta, Georgia, and I had a great time. It was at the Google offices in Atlanta. So if you like, not only do you get access to places that you did not know that you could just go to,
Right.
but you also get access to a lot of the industry professionals that you may not see on a regular basis. Um, and then also STEM Social. I went out to Chicago, Illinois, for the first time, and then I went to their event. Had a great time and met with a lot of the people from NSBE, the National Society of Black Engineers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that I think both are great. I mean, I've heard of Sisters in Sales as well, but I have not been to the events yet. So
Right, right, right.
but
No,
yeah.
I mean that's awesome there. And y'all, firsthand, again, we tell y'all hit up some of these tech events. The people that you meet there is it's one of those things. You're in a space where people are also having the same thoughts, the same mindset around what you're trying to do. So even if you're brand new and you've like never um experienced it, or you're just trying to get into tech, like still go to the events. I can't tell you, there's been plenty of people where I've met where they're like, yeah, this is my first one, or I'm just trying to get into the industry, so I'm going to these different events. And the what you'll find out is the people that you meet. I'm standing right next to a guy. I had just finished talking to him, giving him, like, helping him out a little bit, and I turned my back, but I was still sitting down, and a lady walked up, right, and she was like, "Hey, the question you asked, I can't remember. Oh, he asked about um, tech sales, something like that, which is why he ended up, or why I ended up talking to him. I'm like, hey, what was the question you were talking about? Well, after me, somebody else, a lady walked up and she said, "Hey, have you already had any training or anything?" He was like, "Yeah, actually, I'm going through right now." And she was like, "Here's my card." She had some I can't remember what her business was, but it was in the tech industry. And she was like, "Here's my card. Give me a call because I'm looking for someone right now." So and I'm standing right there. I'm just ear hustling. I had already turned my back a little bit, but I'm ear hustling because in my mind, I'm like, "Yo, this is why people need to be there. Like, just be in the building." So anyway, just a couple of tidbits on why you need to
Mhm.
go if you're not at the tech events. I'm just saying. Um, so we go keep it moving, y'all. We're doing great here. We have tech firms, they're bracing for a recession while also IT jobs are shrinking, and so is the market. We're gonna have our boy before the billions talk about it.
Yeah, man. So I mean, I saw this article on the Wall Street Journal, and I was like, really? Because
Yeah.
right now, like I was just talking about with the contract positions, right? Like I'm always say this. I'm gonna try and be optimistic and say that companies are being formed because of so many layoffs, and people are sick and tired of getting laid off, and they're trying to build out more skill based hiring type of jobs, workforce development jobs to help people gain those skills. And let me pull up the article real quickly so that way I can kind of go through
Yeah.
and all right. So I have it up here. So I'm going to read off a little bit of it. So it says, this is from the Wall Street Journal, and it says the unemployment rate in the information technology job market fell to 4.6% in April from 5% the prior month. So I mean, it's dropping, right? But the outlook remains bleak for those without artificial intelligence skills. Going back to that point that you just said about how AI engineers are going to be needed, the number of unemployed IT workers dropped to 119,000 from 133,000 in March, according to consulting from Django Associates, which bases its findings on data from the U.S. Labor Department. The department on Friday said the economy added 177,000 jobs in April, despite uncertainty from jolting tariff announcements. So now you're saying some of the economic changes from the government is also affecting the tech job market as well. So it's not just about like, maybe the food being more expensive. It's also about like the jobs that you have, and then also it makes things harder for competition the amongst the companies, right? So you're seeing a drop in the amount of people actually getting these jobs. It says the overall jobless rate last month held steady at 4.2%. Roughly 5% to 6% of unemployed IT professionals left the IT sector last month, partly leading to the decrease in the IT unemployment rate. And this is according to the Janko chief executive Victor Juliantis. So he has a quote here I want to read real quick. He says, "They are what I call mid-level professionals." Have you ever heard of that before? Mid-level professionals?
Actually, nah. I've
Right.
never
I've
heard that.
never heard that before. So it says
Yeah,
mid-level professionals that have been let go who don't have artificial intelligence experience. Right. So remember what I'm talking about, right? Like that artificial intelligence experience, and people are getting laid off. Now I'm being optimistic and saying that there's a lot more companies that are being formed trying to teach you about AI, teach you about artificial intelligence, so that way you can gain those skills and avoid some of these pitfalls. They're saying, hey, you don't have artificial intelligence? Well, you got to go. Now you having more companies where people are trying to teach you. It says an overall shrinking tech job market can be attributed to the effects of AI and automation on areas such as telecommunications and networking, where jobs continue to be eliminated. Giuliantis said business functions like payroll and accounts payable are also being outsourced, adding to the downsizing of the traditional IT job markets. So, Trey, I want to get your opinion on this because you just made a point about if things can get automated, you're out of there. So, what do you think?
bro. We've been saying it. It's been bubbling for a long time, and it's still the case, bro. And it's only gonna get like the time frame is gonna collapse as far as how fast these companies are gonna continue to do it. Like
Mhm.
the more companies, the more the C levels, like this, that the more they get in tune to what's going on or how it can actually benefit their company, the faster they're gonna switch. And so, yeah, bro, it's the writing has been on the wall for sure. And then we're just seeing the way AI is upgrading and how fast it's moving is spreading like a virus, bro. Like I
Yeah.
remember from like that first, I don't know if you remember a long time ago, that first AI Will Smith video eating the
Yep.
spaghetti, right? Yeah, all it was trash. I mean, it was super
Right.
trash, and we're like, oh, this is way off. Now, I mean, you can practically just get a photo of like put him in any scene, do like what turn it into a video. Like it's crazy. So all of those things, but then even on the other side, where like automating tasks, I literally am watching. I'm playing with a AI called Manus, where it's you can watch it go through the different tabs. You can watch it, go and do the task on your screen, and it's doing it, clicking the buttons, all these things, right? So, anyways, all I'm saying is, y'all, it's moving faster than you think. It's just like I said in the first segment. Whatever space you're in, you gotta learn the AI that's in that space. He just read it. Like the companies are doing it. I could just see it and realize like, oh, in my mind, it just made sense. If I know the AI that's about to try and take my place, it's one or two things. Either one, I can create a business around it, right? Like the guy who was a lawyer, who he was just like, yo, I see the writing on the wall. He just made an AI lawyer company, got millions of dollars invested just from doing that, right? He was in the space, he knows the space. Let me create an AI company based around what I do well. So now I'm the expert. And the reason you want to go with my AI company instead of some other person is because I'm actually a lawyer. So I know what needs to be in there. I know what you need. I know what you're looking for. That's a different level of, hey, you know what? I'd rather go with his company because he's a lawyer already or he knows this space. So just do that. Learn the tech and the AI that's in your space and how to use it so that you're prepared. Or you might see some in your space that you can take advantage of. But yeah, bro, like it's only going to get worse as companies start trying it out and they realize, like, oh wow, we just saved such and such thousands this month on payroll. Like this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
let's hit these comments and see what's going down. We got Wave Nerd in the building. What's up, man? Good morning. Good morning. Um, appreciate you for popping in. Wave Nerd said, "Why Combinator? They're trying to hire for funded startups. Startups is the way. So what do you need to do? Is what he's saying. He's saying, hey, learn the stuff, but then go ahead and start the business. That's what Wave Nerd is saying. And they are Y Combinator, they're an investor company. They invest in these tech companies, these startups. And yeah, if you got the right one, they'll put the money behind it for sure. And if you get on Y Combinator's website, hey, the people are looking. They coming in. Tech Coach Ralph said, so more people got jobs in March and April in tech. Good, good point. Is that what it was saying? Is that what it was saying, bro?
Yeah, it was saying that,
I
let me
kind
go
of
back to it.
kind of
It
missed
was
that one.
saying that, so the economy added 177,000 jobs in
Right,
April,
right.
but the unemployment rate was different. So it says the number of unemployed IT workers dropped to 119,000. So they're adding more jobs, but the people are not getting the jobs.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
119,000 from 133,000 in March. So March they had more people employed, and now they have less people employed
Now that
in
makes
April.
yeah. Now I got it. Yeah, man. So, it, bro, it's getting interesting because now you not only do you have to be great, but also, I, oh man, the jobs are going down. You got to be great so that you can get the role or at least get the interview. If your
Yeah.
stuff ain't looking right, then you're not even getting an interview. So, uh,
You know what?
it's interesting time.
Trey,
Go ahead, go ahead,
can
bro.
I bring this up? Because
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you remember that time when they were, now it's gonna be a big debate about it, but remember that time when everybody was talking about college degrees and how they're no longer going to be a requirement, and then now you're seeing all these people get laid off. You're seeing
Yeah,
them replacing people with AI, and then now you're seeing that they're adding more jobs. They're adding all these like hundreds of thousands of jobs, but people aren't getting them, and people with experience are getting these jobs. So I don't know, I feel like it's all correlated together. Like, okay, they got rid of the requirements, but then now they're getting rid of people.
yeah, yeah.
So I don't know
And
what you
that's,
think
bro,
about
that's
that.
nah, that's a good way to put it, bro. Like, yeah, you might not need, oh, hey, we need experience. We're looking for experience. So yeah, if you got the experience, we can overlook the degree. If you got the experience, we want you. And now it's like, well, hey, to be honest, we kind of in limbo right now because even if you got the experience, I think we might rather just pay for the AI. I think we might rather just see what we can work over here and how far we can get away with the AI instead of paying this human being right here. We're trying to test it out. So now it's like in a little limbo state. But while we're in the limbo state, you better be getting your learning up. You better be trying
Yeah.
to learn a little bit more, get a little more tactful in how you move. Right? If you already got a spot, stay at the spot. Don't be trying to jump around right now, unless
Mhm.
you fully in there, and then you. I don't know. It's a limbo state is what I would say. It's pretty. It's interesting.
Yeah, but I will try and say something optimistic for the people who are looking for jobs in tech.
Yep, yep. Just
Start,
stay in there.
yeah, stay in there and start looking for other industries. You can still be a software engineer, but other industries are also hiring. They may not be like a
Yes,
Microsoft or a Google. They may not pay as
yes,
much, but they also may be a good rewarding. job. Like they have good benefits outside
For
of
sure.
just your paycheck.
Man, that's a good one. I probably said too much on here, but I used to sit when I worked at DaVita, which is a dialysis company. I worked on the pharmacy side of that company, and in there with the pharmacy, like it was 1,200 people. A big group of them was the IT side, right, the tech side. They made it look so fun, y'all. I'm not even playing. I was like, man, if only I had a degree, I could get over there. I didn't know I didn't need one at the time, but I also didn't check either. So I was on me. I was just looking through the glass, like, man, bro, they just sitting there having a good old time. I know they was making money, but they were working for a dialysis company. You know what I mean? So it's like you mentioned, there are plenty of other spaces that have tech sides, almost all of them that have a tech side that you can jump into, get that experience, and before you know it, you got 3 years, you got 5 years. And then if you want to, go over to some of these bigger ones, then boom, you can probably try it. But you got to
Mhm.
get the experience somewhere, and why not try it in those spaces? Wave Nerd said they need to create with AI. People to build projects, they have no ideas. People have no ideas. Um, what do we say? Tech Coach Ralph said, great point. He was talking about earlier. Wave Nerd
Mhm.
said, big companies will be AI agents with humans in the loop. Companies will be 5 to 10 people. We're already seeing this. We're already seeing this. So maybe we might see the bigger companies shrinking down a little bit. They're not going to go all the way down, but we might see them shrinking down a little bit. But he's saying big companies will be AI agents with humans in the loop. Oh, so I see what you're saying. You're saying there are going to be companies that are doing numbers that are AI agent first, and then they have the human component in the loop. I see what you're saying, and
Mhm.
I can see it. I can see it as these AI agents get a little better, a little more efficient with how they move. It is going to be very, well, it's going to be pretty solid to just have a few people running a few different agents at a time and getting that thing done. And yeah, but you got to know about it. You got to understand it. You got to understand how it works, how it fits into your space. So I keep saying, so good stuff, good stuff. And then lastly here, before we move forward, it says Tech Coach Ralph said they had Trey window shopping, bro. I'm talking about I'm passing by for no reason. I'm looking through the window. I'm I'm very I'm trying to get back there as much as I can just to talk with man. What y'all back here doing? Because all I see is laughing and talking. You know what I mean? Y'all got the peanuts doing like this. Um, get a little problem come through. Maybe they step out on the floor, but for the most part, they insulated in there. I think they had a game system in there. I ain't gonna even count. But
Yep.
yeah, I was I was looking, bro.
Ain't nothing but a
Uh,
window shopper, like 50 Cent say.
I know right now for real. Joseph, before he get on the plane, he looking, he laughing. Uh, and then Wave Nerd said, check out open source N8N builds agent. Yes, this is true. N8N is, and that's one of the easier ones as well. Like once you learn what they do and how they work, you definitely can plug and play and pick around. So for sure, check it out if that's something you're trying to do. Um, but too funny there, man. So we're gonna keep it pushing. We're gonna keep it pushing forward, man. Great stuff today, y'all. Appreciate y'all in the comments working it. You know what I mean? Uh, Next up, Microsoft. They make passwordless accounts a default. They're making password accounts a default, right? So goodbye passwords. Um, Basically, if I'm being honest, I got too many at the moment. So anything that I could do to kind of take it down a notch, I might be interested. But let's find out. It says Microsoft just made a bold move that could change the way we log in forever. Starting now, all new Microsoft accounts will default to a passwordless sign in. So you're using pass keys instead of traditional passwords. And the question, I guess, after this will be Is this going to be the beginning of the end of passwords in the way that we know them? As in, like with all these passwords that we have, you got pass keys or you got password like holders where you can log in and find which password. Is this going to change the game? We'll find out over time for sure. So what's changing? New Microsoft accounts. They're going to now use those pass keys by default. Instead of creating a password, you're going to set up a pass key like fingerprint, facial recognition, or a pin that's tied to a device. And then that's how it's going to, sign you in. So how it's going to work, when you sign in, you'll use the device built-in security, Touch ID, Windows Hello, Face ID. So no more typing in your password at all. You're not gonna have to worry about those phishing emails, none of that. So why is Microsoft doing this? Basically, they're saying passwords are a security nightmare. 80% of the data breaches are still traced back to weak or stolen passwords. People reuse passwords, they write them down, they fall for phishing scams. Now, that ain't me. I ain't fall for no phishing scam. I hope not. Anyway, pass keys, they're just way safer. So they're saying they're unique to the device. They can't be intercepted or reused anywhere else. And even if a hacker gets your username, they still can't log in without your device. So what does that mean going forward? Right now, industry momentum. Apple, Google, a whole bunch of other tech giants, they're also rolling out passkey support. And Microsoft says nearly 1 million passkeys are registered every single day, a sign in that adoption is accelerating. Golly, bro, almost 1 million passkeys are registered a day. Like that's a lot of people that's making the change. Maybe they're not doing it on purpose. They just got to do it. But so what does this mean for you, y'all? Obviously, easier logins. So no more just trying to remember to log in, forgetting it, having to reset it. Better security, and then there is obviously going to be a transition period. So existing users who are still using passwords for now, but Microsoft is encouraging everyone to switch over. So some people may be confused or hesitant at first, obviously, but the setup is designed to be simple and user friendly. So you already know how this rolls. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of people who are like, I'm going to stick with my password. And then a little bit down the road, they're going to be like, man, let me go ahead and try this. And then, hey, how can I get this on every single one of my things that need a password, right? That's just how adoption rolls. So we're going to see. But in the bigger picture, though, this move could be a turning point in how we protect our online lives, like everything that we do online, which is almost everything at this point. As more companies join into the passkey movement, we could finally see the end of a password era. So I don't know. What do y'all think? Are y'all with that, or do y'all like having 50 passwords? Do y'all keep the same Don't tell me. I'll say mine though. I do. A lot of them are the same. I know it's bad practice, but I got to do it. A lot of them are the same. I change them when they pop up on my iPhone saying, "Hey, you know what? This one might be in a breach. All right, let me change it." But other than that, I got a lot of them that's the same. I'm sorry. What you
Mhm.
think about that one about the billions? What you think about that one, bro?
Yeah, man. It's one of those things. I am in favor of it. I'm in favor
Yeah,
of passwordless, simply because I get a notification all the time, like how you said. Oh yeah, it was in a breach. Not only was your password in the breach, but also your social security number, like
facts,
literally everything. Like also, if
facts.
your social security number is breached or exposed, I would suggest doing a credit freeze just in case, because a lot of people
Yeah,
can steal your identity. But
yes,
uh multi-factor authentication, I think that in addition to the passwordless, having some sort of key that you can just type in like a pin, like how they said, in addition to the pass key, will be great. But I think that this is a good step forward because, like how you said, people have the password and that's the only authentication that they have, and it's weak. I remember a few years ago, my Amazon account was hacked, my
Mm.
AWS account,
Oh,
and
gotcha.
yeah, I didn't pay it any attention. I didn't look at the email, and then they ended up creating some spinning up a virtual machine, and then also running some ads, like
Yeah,
Facebook ads or something, like hosting some Facebook ads on AWS. And I was sitting here like, dang, why is it's like 100 something
running
dollars?
up.
Right. And then they actually charged my account directly, and I had to get that resolved through my bank and then also through AWS. But like this stuff is real. Like people,
Yeah,
if you don't have multi-factor authentication, I would suggest you go ahead and get it, and then we can see more about like the pass keys and how this is going to be rolling out. But I currently use pass keys now, and I'm in favor of it. It makes
yeah,
things easier for you, and then also, like I said, it gets it away so that way somebody has to use your phone, which is a little bit harder because we're on our phones like 24/7.
facts,
So
facts. No,
yeah,
and the I gotta skip down to this one before I go through the comments. Because like you said, we gotta use our phones. We always got them. But Tech Coach Rouse said the people who always have their phones on battery on 5%, they gonna suffer. Totally agree, bro. You can't be out here on the 5% all day, and then trying to get into something you need to get into, and your phone dead. You can't do that. A little earlier, that's funny. Joseph said he was humming window shopping at the airport because these prices are
yeah.
high. Yeah, yeah, bro. You go through that. You go through that gate. It's a wrap. They trying to get
Mhm.
you. They trying to squeeze you out of everything, man. You better
Yep.
keep your head straight on before you get on that plane. Um, so here we go. We have. He said, "Wonder how they are going to steal your face." Yeah, exactly. I mean, unless this is Joanna Man or one of the or what is that white chicks where they they got the whole mask, then they put it on. It's possible somebody will go to those links, right? They know what you look like. They get your photo off your IG page. They already got your password. Then they just mold it up. Boom, they got you. But that'll be way
Mhm.
down the line. Ain't nobody going through all that when it's this easy for millions of people. Like they got. Unfortunately, they have enough people right now information that they don't have to go through those links to try it at this point.
Yeah,
Um,
and Trey, can I add on to that real quick? Because I
yeah, yeah, yeah. Go
I
ahead.
just saw a video. I don't know if you follow Zach D Fox on like Instagram or anything. There's a guy who does like explaining videos, but
Okay.
they were asking the question of if somebody took your phone and while you were asleep tried to like unlock your phone with using a facial recognition, it wouldn't work. And the reason why it wouldn't
Really?
work is because like they need this, like the facial recognition doesn't, like it can tell that it's you, but it needs you to like move in some way or have your
Ah,
eyes open so that way it knows it's just a real person.
yo,
So
that's good stuff. I didn't even know that. I had no clue about that. So
yeah.
that means all the men and women that be trying to sneak into they partner's phone when they knocked out, unless they got the finger, they ain't getting in.
Yep.
The finger or the pen. Oh, that's crazy. No, I had no clue. I had no clue. Okay, we got that one. It says, Tech Coach Ralph said, Face ID gonna need two pics, one with makeup and one with not. No, that's facts. Somebody's setting it up like that right now, bro. Like they got, hey, this what I look like when I ain't got nothing on, and then this what I look like on the daily. Uh, so they didn't know because somebody wasn't able to get in their stuff. Um, we got Joseph. He said humans already finding ways to get scams or stat / steal some. I can only imagine what's next. Yeah, bro. They like I said, they gonna find a way. I'm sure, but it's gonna be a while, and and at this point, they probably don't need to. They got so many socials and names and accounts and people's stuff that they don't need to at the moment. But when it gets time, they definitely are going to. Ralph said, I'm more worried about the breach at the companies. I use because they have all the data, bro, and they the reason why it be popping up on your phone. Your data has been breached. Like, golly, man, just get it right. Pay the money and make sure my stuff stays safe. That's why I trusted you. They gonna keep doing it until they get fined, and then if the fine is not big enough, they're gonna continue to do it again. So
Mhm.
anyway, uh that's where we at on that, y'all. um so yeah, at as far as right now, y'all, we are going to go in. Now, I haven't looked at this one, but we're gonna go ahead and briefly do, before we get out of here, the brown box special. Okay, if you don't know, this is where we literally just take some time to check out a story where somebody has either, maybe they lost their job or they quit. This is for informational purposes only, right? This is not to laugh at their pain, but sometimes you never know. Sometimes people have certain things that happen, and we just need to keep it in the back of our mind, like, you know what? I'm not that bad after all, or I can do this, I can make it. But anyway, here's a question: would you quit this way? Think about this as I go through this. It says, "Hey, boss man, sorry I haven't been to work in the last 2 days. I'm helping my fiance plan for our wedding. Anyway, I wanted to let you know I found a new job with the state. So I'll be starting there in 2 weeks, basically, when I get back from my honeymoon. Yeah, the timing is great, right? Anyway, I need to give my 2 weeks notice. Also, we're really getting into crunch time right now with the wedding planning, and she really needs my help. I need to take the rest of this week off. Also, I think I might have forgotten to reserve the time, and I'm sorry for that, but I need to take next week off for the honeymoon. So, yeah." So, and by the way, y'all, I didn't preface. These are messages, like emails, going back and forth. So this was the boss. So you're gonna give me 2 weeks notice, 2 days late, and tell me you won't be in for the last 2 weeks. He said, "Yeah, I guess so." The boss said, "Can you think of a reason why I shouldn't fire you right now?" He said, well, because you've had to call corporate and have them cut me a check and ship it out today." He said, "Fine, have a great wedding." My wife, meanwhile, skips 2 days at her call center job. The HR manager calls asking if she's okay. He said, "I'm not sure. I think I'm having a vision problem." This is what she said to hers. "Are you okay? What kind of vision problem?" It said, "I can't see myself ever going to work there ever again." God, dog. But these people, that's it. These people are out here wilding, but I believe it, man. I believe it. People be doing some stuff. Now, I've seen some stuff over the years on how people quit. The worst one I've ever seen in person, it wasn't like too crazy, but it was just wild to me because I had never seen that before, and I'm like, yo, how can you do that? It's crazy. It really wasn't that crazy, but it was. It was a lady, bro. Like, she was just like, I don't know. She was at work, and then one day she wasn't, and she like never showed back up, and it was wild. I guess it was wild, super wild to me because like, she was an integral part of the team. So like, we were used to seeing her, used to talking to her, like all this stuff, and then she's like like fell off the face of the planet. Like, nobody knew what she was. It was like a couple of years later, bro, when we, like the people, found out that she had just went to another job, but like, we had no clue. I don't know if upper management did at some point, but we had no clue. So I know if people can do that, people can do this right here. It's crazy to me, but yeah,
Mhm. Yeah, man. I've heard some stuff. Matter of fact, I think I've had to quit a job before, something similar to that
yeah,
lady that you're
yeah,
talking about, where
yeah.
I was a security guard many years ago, and then my boss, it was just pretty bad. Like, they would make you work overtime, and then they wouldn't pay you the overtime, like the time and a half. So then I
Oh
was like, you know
no.
what? Let me just get another job, and got another job at Georgia State, working in career services, and then blocked. blocked the boss's number. Come to find out, because I got the job through career services to work as a security guard, then worked as career services Georgia State, and then they had a career fair, and guess who's at the career fair?
Ah, nah.
And and I was like, oh, I saw him, and then he saw me, and I was like, okay, let me walk to the back. This man started running to the back to try and see, was that really you? He's like,
Yo.
William. And then I was like, yeah, man, I ended up getting a new job. And he's like, man, I was wondering what happened to you.
Yeah,
And
bro.
so his number was blocked, man.
I mean, bro, I know it happens, but it was just one of those things. I know his feeling because we were all like, yo, what happened? Like,
Yeah.
hopefully she didn't pass it. Bro, we had no clue. I know that's why he was thinking. He was like, wait a minute, this is a ghost. That can't be him.
Right.
I got to see.
Yeah, it was a terrible job, but it was like I'm glad I made the switch because that helped me
Yeah,
get into tech. Actually, is
yeah,
making the switch to working in career services and got my resume together, got my headshot, got my LinkedIn together. That helped me out tremendously going forward in my career. So it was a
yeah.
good switch.
Y'all, you know what I got out of that story for sure? He put himself in proximity with where he needed to be so that he could get where he was trying to go. Right?
Mhm.
He was able to get that headshot, able to get that resume spruced up, probably the LinkedIn, but you got in proximity with where that stuff was happening every day, where you listening in, you hearing what's going on. Like a lot of times that's the key, putting yourself in proximity. And that just goes back to blacktechglobal.com. Like I said earlier, if you can get into these tech conferences, you can get around the people who are doing what they're doing, or doing what you want to do, then that's going to help you get there. You cannot hang around people in whatever space and not get better or not start then doing that thing. It's just inevitable. So you want to make sure you're around the right folks. Y'all, that was it. That's the end of the show. Man, William, bro, we appreciate you for hopping on. Before the billions, y'all, make sure y'all go check him out. Hit his LinkedIn as well. But also check out the YouTube because I know. Do you ever post about your like when you go to conferences and just like information and stuff that you learn on there?
Yeah, yeah. I talk about the
I know
conferences that I
you
go
do, bro.
to.
I know you do.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
So
help him out. I'm trying to help
I'm
him out.
I'm looking forward to a lot of this. It's going to be conference season coming up. Conferences, conferences after conferences, and I always suggest to check out Black Tech Global, so that way you can see some of the upcoming Black Tech conferences that are coming up. It's a lot of value that you can gain from just going and being in position, right, or proximity, like how Trey said. So yeah, 100%. I think that, and then also a lot of the time you can go for free. A lot of the time you can go to these conferences for free.
This is facts. This is facts, man. Get in the building. Again, before the billions. Appreciate you for hopping on, bro. Also, lastly, before we get out of here, Wave Nerd said the goal is to know what's coming and create with AI and handle a task. Invent something. As Black people, we are inventors. If you're not creating, you will be as slave to it. If you're not, or if not, your kids. So get out there, make some moves. Oh man, Games and Drinks said, darn, missed the whole show. Listen, don't worry about it. It's on YouTube. Go back while you heading into work, skim and go back and watch the whole thing. Me and Before the Billions, we did our thing in this one. It was some good stuff in there. Make sure you go check it out. Y'all, this was a good one. I appreciate y'all for staying on with us. And again, this is Talk That Tech, the number one tech morning show in the world. And we'll see y'all in the next one. Actually, should I
Yeah.
change it? We'll see y'all in the next one, baby.